Tons. Ladies and gentlemen, listen to me and listen carefully. I don't have time to waste, and neither do you. Every single day, every single hour, every single minute, once it's gone, it's gone. You don't get a do-over. You don't get a refund. You don't get to rewind the tape. So why in the world would you waste something so precious? Some of you wake up every morning and just exist. You scroll, you complain, you make excuses. Meanwhile, someone else is using that same time to build, to grow, to change their life. See, I'm not just talking about my time. I'm talking about yours. Don't waste it on people who don't believe in you. Don't waste it waiting for the perfect moment. Don't waste it making excuses instead of making moves. Time is undefeated. It will leave you behind if you don't respect it. So from this moment on, decide that you will never let another second slip through your fingers without purpose. And if you're standing in front of me, if you're sitting in my presence, if you call yourself my friend, my colleague, my partner, understand this. Don't waste my time, because I promise you, I won't waste yours. Thank you. Time is the only thing you can't get back. Think about that for a second. Let it sink in. You can lose money, and you can make it back. You can lose a job, and you can find another one. You can lose a house, and if you work hard enough, you can build or buy another. But time, once it's gone forever. There are no second chances, no refunds, no resets. Every second that passes is a second you will never see again. Every minute that goes by is gone forever. And yet, people waste time like they have an unlimited supply. They waste it on meaningless conversations, distractions, and excuses. They waste it waiting for the right moment, waiting for someone to give them permission, waiting for life to just hand them what they want. But life doesn't work that way. The clock keeps moving, whether you're ready or not. Look at the most successful people in the world. What do they all have in common? It's not just talent. It's not just intelligence. It's their respect for time. They treat every second like it matters because they know it does. They don't waste time arguing over nonsense, scrolling mindlessly through their phones, or complaining about things they can't change. They focus. They act. They move with intention. Now let's talk about the flip side. Those who waste time. You ever hear someone say, "I'll start tomorrow," or "I'll get around to it"? What they don't realize is that every time they say that, they're throwing away something they will never get back. They're gambling with time like it's guaranteed, like they have an endless supply of tomorrows. But here's the harsh truth. Tomorrow is not promised to anyone. We all know people who woke up one day thinking they had all the time in the world, only to realize too late that they didn't. That business they wanted to start never happened. That dream they kept pushing off never fulfilled. That relationship they wanted to fix, gone. And why? Because they wasted time thinking they had more of it than they really did. And let's be real. Some people aren't just wasting their own time, they're wasting yours too. You ever have someone call you up just to gossip? Just to complain? Just to talk about nothing? You ever deal with people who make plans and never follow through? People who ask for your time but don't respect it? If you don't protect your time, they will take it from you. So you have to set boundaries. You have to decide that your time is valuable and that not everyone deserves a piece of it. That means cutting off distractions, saying no to things that don't serve your purpose, and surrounding yourself with people who respect the fact that you're going somewhere in life. If someone can't value your time, they don't deserve access to it. Period. You also have to recognize when you're the one wasting time. Be honest with yourself. How much time do you really spend working toward your goals? How much time do you spend on things that truly matter? How much time do you throw away on mindless distractions, negativity, or fear? If you're not where you want to be in life, the first thing you need to check is how you're spending your time. Because success doesn't come to the ones who sit around waiting for it. It comes to those who show up, who put in the work, who respect every minute as an opportunity, So from this moment on, treat your time like it's gold, because it is. Protect it, invest it, use it wisely, because once it's gone, there's no getting it back. You are the company you keep. That's not just a saying, it's a fact. The people around you shape the way you think, the way you act, and ultimately, the way you live. If you surround yourself with distractions, don't be surprised when you struggle to stay focused. If you surround yourself with people who have no ambition, don't be shocked when you find yourself stuck in the same place year after year. Energy is contagious. It spreads whether you want it to or not. If you spend your time around people who are constantly complaining, constantly making excuses, constantly settling for less than they deserve, that energy will rub off on you. It might not happen overnight, but slowly, without even realizing it, you'll start thinking the same way. You'll start doubting yourself. You'll start lowering your standards. And before you know it, you'll be living a life you never wanted, wondering where it all went wrong. But let's flip that around. What happens when you surround yourself with people who are focused, driven, and hungry for success? What happens when you spend time with people who challenge you, push you, and expect more from you? You start to rise. You start to think bigger. You start to believe in yourself because you see what's possible. Their energy becomes your energy. Their drive becomes your drive. And suddenly you find yourself on a whole new level. That's why it's so important to choose your circle carefully. Not everyone deserves access to your time, your mind, or your energy. Just because someone has been in your life for a long time doesn't mean they deserve to stay there. If they are holding you back, if they are keeping you stuck, if they are more of a distraction than an asset, it's time to make some hard decisions. Think about it. Have you ever had a conversation with someone that left you drained? Someone who only talks about problems, never solutions? Someone who always has an excuse for why they can't move forward, but never takes responsibility for their own choices? That's dead weight. That's energy you don't need. Because every second you spend on people like that is a second you could be using to build, to grow, to elevate. Now, this doesn't mean you have to cut people off without warning. It doesn't mean you have to be cold or ruthless. But it does mean you have to be intentional. If someone is distracting you from your purpose, if they are taking up space in your life without adding any value, you have to ask yourself, why are they still here? And more importantly, how much is it costing you to keep them around? The truth is, distractions come in many forms. It's not just people. It's habits, routines, and mindsets that don't serve you. Maybe it's spending too much time on social media, watching other people live their lives instead of building your own. Maybe it's binge-watching shows instead of working on your craft. Maybe it's saying yes to every invitation, every request, every obligation, instead of protecting your time for what truly matters. You have to be ruthless with your focus. You have to guard it like your future depends on it, because it does. Every moment wasted on distractions is a moment stolen from your potential. Every time you choose comfort over discipline, you're pushing your dreams further away. So here's the challenge. Take a hard look at your life. Look at the people around you. Look at how you spend your time. Are the people in your circle pushing you forward or holding you back? Are your habits leading you towards success or keeping you stuck? Are you investing in your future or just passing the time? If the answer isn't what you want it to be, change it. Surround yourself with people who challenge you, who inspire you, who make you want to be better. Cut out the distractions, cut out the excuses, and move with purpose. Because at the end of the day, you are either building the life you want or wasting the one you have. My time is just as valuable as yours. Let's get that straight from the beginning. Too many people walk around acting like their time is the only one that matters, like they can show up late, like they can come unprepared, like they can waste your minutes, your hours, your energy, without a second thought. But let me tell you something. If you don't respect my time, then you don't respect me. Time is the one thing in this world we can never get back. You can lose money and make it again. You can lose opportunities and find new ones, but once you waste someone's time, it's gone forever. That's why I refuse to let people treat mine like it's disposable. When you make plans, follow through. When you say you're going to do something, do it. When you ask for my time, make it count. Because I promise you, I don't have time to waste. And I don't have patience for people who think I do. You ever notice how the people who waste the most time are always the ones complaining about not having enough of it. They show up late, they procrastinate, they don't prepare, and then they act surprised when their life isn't where they want it to be. They expect people to wait on them, to adjust for them, to accept their excuses. But I'll tell you right now, that's not how I move. If you're serious about something, you show up. You show up on time. You show up prepared. You show up ready to go. And let's talk about preparation. If you come to me asking for my time, whether it's advice, help, collaboration, you better come ready. Don't waste my time with half-baked ideas, with vague plans, with things you haven't even taken the time to think through yourself. My time isn't a free resource for you to figure out what you should have figured out before you got here. See, I respect people who respect time. I respect the ones who show up early, who come prepared, who move with a sense of urgency. Those are the people I want to work with. Those are the people I want in my life. Because they understand something most people don't. When you respect time, success follows. When you waste it, failure is right behind you. And this isn't just about business. This is about life. You ever been in a relationship where someone doesn't respect your time? Where they make you wait, they don't follow through, they keep making excuses? That's not just frustrating, that's disrespectful. It means they don't value you enough to honor your time, and that tells you everything you need to know. The same goes for friendships. If you have people in your life who are always late, who always cancel, who always keep you waiting, then guess what? They don't respect you. They may not say it with words, but their actions are loud and clear. And at some point, you have to decide whether you're okay with that or whether it's time to walk away. And look, I get it. Life happens. Things come up. There are times when being late or unprepared is unavoidable. But that should be the exception, not the rule. If you're constantly making excuses for why you didn't show up, why you weren't ready, why you didn't follow through, then the problem isn't life. The problem is you. At the end of the day, it all comes down to respect. Respect for time, respect for effort, respect for the people around you. Because if you don't respect my time, you don't deserve it. And that's not personal, that's just reality. I refuse to waste my minutes on people who don't value them, and I refuse to let anyone treat my time like it's less important than theirs. So here's my advice. If you want to be successful, if you want to be respected, if you want to move forward in life, start by respecting time, yours and everyone else's. Show up, be prepared, follow through, because if you don't, someone else will. And when that happens, don't be surprised when you're left behind. If you want success, move with urgency. Not tomorrow, not next week, not when you feel ready. Right now. Because life doesn't wait for you. Opportunities don't sit around waiting for you to catch up. Time keeps moving whether you're prepared or not. And the people who succeed in this world are the ones who refuse to waste a second. Look at the most successful people in any field. Business, sports, entertainment, science, it doesn't matter. They didn't get there by dragging their feet. They didn't sit around waiting for the perfect moment. They moved with urgency. They saw an opportunity and grabbed it. They made decisions, took risks, and put in the work while everyone else was still thinking about whether or not they should start. The truth is, too many people think they have time. They think they can wait until next year to start chasing their dreams. They think they can put things off until they're more prepared or more confident or more experienced. But what they don't realize is that every moment they hesitate, someone else is taking action. Someone else is putting in the work. Someone else is making progress while they're standing still. Everything will happen the moment you make your judgment call to action. And everything will happen the moment you break commitment. You ever wonder why some people seem to get ahead so quickly while others stay stuck? It's not always about talent. It's not always about intelligence. A lot of the time, it comes down to speed. The ones who move fast, who take action, who make things happen. Those are the ones who win. The ones who hesitate, who overthink, who wait for the right time. Those are the ones who watch life pass them by. And let's be real. Hesitation kills more dreams than failure ever will. People think failure is the worst thing that can happen, but it's not. The worst thing that can happen is looking back on your life and realizing you never even tried. Realizing you had the chance, but you let fear, doubt, or laziness hold you back. That's the real tragedy. Not failing, but never. Because here's the thing about failure. It's not the end. You can learn from it. You can adjust. You can try again. But hesitation, that's different. Every time you hesitate, every time you wait, you lose time that you can't get back. And eventually those lost moments add up. Eventually you wake up and realize you've wasted years standing still while other people were running toward their goals. You have to move with a sense of urgency. Not panic, not recklessness, but urgency. That means you stop making excuses. That means you stop waiting for someone to tell you it's okay to start. That means you stop worrying about whether or not you're ready and start focusing on getting started. Because the truth is, you will never feel completely ready. The conditions will never be perfect. There will always be something that could be better, something that could make you feel more comfortable. But if you keep waiting for that, you'll be waiting forever. Think about the people you admire, the ones who have made it, the ones who inspire you. Do you think they sat around waiting for everything to be perfect? Do you think they hesitated every time they faced a challenge? No. They moved. They took risks. They acted with urgency because they understood that time is the one thing you can't get back. And this doesn't just apply to big dreams or major career moves. This applies to everything in life. The way you handle your daily routine, the way you approach your responsibilities, the way you treat your relationships, everything. If you move with urgency in the small things, you'll develop the habit of moving with urgency in the big things. So if there's something you've been putting off, starting that business, writing that book, making that call, fixing that relationship, do it now. If you've been making excuses about why you're not where you want to be, stop. Make the decision to take action today, not tomorrow, not someday, today. Because the people who win in life aren't the ones who talk about what they're going to do, they're the ones who do it. And if you want to be one of them, if you want success, if you want to build the life you dream of, you need to stop waiting and start moving right now.